Hey guys, I am back with this warm neutral eyeshadow look in a pretty burgundy lip. We're gonna go ahead and jump right into the tutorial. Sorry, I'm a little out of focus. I am trying to get a grip on this camera situation. I'm working on it. I'm gonna be moisturizing my lips with this balm from First Aid Beauty and then spring my face with a little bit of my favorite Fix Plus, just to add a little extra hydration before we get started. I'm priming with the Makeup Forever primer. They just released a bunch of different ones catered towards different skin types and whatnot, and this one is the hydrating one, and I'm just blending that in with my fingers. Then going in with the MAC Nourishing Waterproof Foundation, I'm going to be using this Real Techniques brush. I can't remember exactly what this one's called. I can link it down below, but this is one of the only brushes I found that I really like for this foundation, and I'm just going to go ahead and blend that all over my face. To conceal underneath my eyes, I'm using the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer and a little bit of Stroke of Light from Bare Minerals. I don't know if there's different types of the Stroke of Light concealer, but this one is the more pink undertoned one. I just like to have a little bit of a pink color correction underneath my eyes. So these two combined makes a sweet little combination, and I'm just using a stippling brush to kind of push that into the skin under my eyes rather than blending back and forth. I just find that this works better to avoid creasing and to get the nice finish that I want. Then I'm going to be priming my eyelids with Painterly Paintpot from MAC, and I'm just using a Sephora Pro Airbrush Concealer brush to buff that all over my eyelid. For eyeshadow, I'm going to be using the new Shade Light Eyeshadow Palette. I guess I shouldn't say new, it's just new to me because I had just purchased it. But I'm mixing together this matte creamy shade with one with a little bit of shimmer in it, and I'm just going to put that right under my brow and in the inner corner of my eye to highlight. Then taking this soft orangey shade and a big blending brush, I'm going to blend that right above the crease of my eye. Then before we go any further, I'm going to start adding dark shades, and just in case I get any fallout, I'm putting down a little bit of the Airspun powder underneath my eyes. Just in case there's fallout, it will kind of catch into that powder and I can sweep it away really easily. Then I'm moving to this kind of burnt red shadow, and I'm placing that right below where I applied the light orangey color and focusing it mostly on the outer half of my eye, blending it right through the crease and focusing it, but like I said, mostly on the outer corner. Then I just go back in with that same brush that I applied the light orange shadow, and I'm buffing the two shadows together. Then I'm just adding a little bit of that shimmery shadow from the Shade Eye Palette onto my lid. It wasn't quite as shimmery as I was wanting, so we'll go back and touch that up later. But moving on, I'm just going to take this darker brown from the warm side of the palette, and I'm placing that right in the outer corner of my eye, and it's really just going to be focused on that outer about third of the lid, I would say, and trying to keep the color low so you can still see that more burnt red shade popping out. We are going to go back and intensify that though, just because I wanted to still be able to see all three of the shadows kind of stacked and blended. So I'm going back with that burnt red and blending that right over the darkest brown. You just want to keep blending and blending and buffing the colors together until there's a really pretty gradient effect. Now just add a little bit more shimmer on my lid. I'm using the color Shimma Shimma, how ironic, from Makeup Geek, and I'm just packing that all over and all over the lid and a little bit more on the inner corner of my eye. Then using the Costa Riche eyeliner from MAC, I'm going to tight line my upper waterline and then line my lower lash line with this. Then using the burnt red color, I'm just going to smudge that right over the top of where I applied the eyeliner, just to kind of soften it up a little bit, and I also kind of wanted the lower lash line to have the same gradient effect as the eyeshadow. Then I also blended a little bit of the soft orangey color on my lower lash line as well. I went ahead and filled in my brows with my Anastasia Brow Wiz pencil in the shade Soft Brown, and now I'm setting my foundation with a little bit of MAC Mineralize Skinfinish powder in medium. Then moving on to a little bit of bronzing / contouring, I'm first going to be using a bigger brush and the Makeup Forever bronzing powder. This isn't necessarily contouring yet just because I'm using such a big fluffy brush, but I'm just adding a little bit of warmth back into my face and starting kind of where I'm going to want to define my contour. I'm doing my cheekbone, temple, jawline, and a little bit on my neck and chest just because I hate when my face looks really nice and bronzed, but my neck and chest looks super pasty. Then to actually do some real contouring, I'm going to be using Shady Business 2 from Kat Von D, which is a really beautiful contour shade, and the same brush that comes with her contouring palette. And I'm just going to deepen up all of the areas that I have already laid down that bronzer. For blush, I'm using the shade Peaches from MAC Cosmetics, and I'm just pressing that into the skin right above where I placed my contour. To highlight, I'm using the Becca / Jaclyn Hill collaboration Champagne Pop, and I'm just highlighting the tops of my cheekbones, a little bit on my nose, my cupid's bow, chin, and my forehead. For mascara, I'm going to be using Loreal's Teloscopic mascara. It's not my very favorite, but I do like how defining it is, and I feel like it really keeps my lashes separated, thickens, and lengthens them. I just get sick of using the same ones all the time, so I had to switch it up. Then I'm lining my lips with the Nightmoth lip pencil from MAC, and I'm filling them in all the way with that. And then I'm going over it with the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in Copenhagen. I was so excited to try this out. I had seen it all over Pinterest, but it's a little patchy. It applied smoothly, but once it kind of dried, it just didn't have an even color application. Then I'm putting on a little Demi Wispy lash from Ardell, and you can see the difference that makes. And once those are on, I believe we are all done. Is that true? Oh, there's a little bit of mascara under my eye. Wait for it to dry and then use a Q-tip to get it off. It's so much easier. But that is this makeup tutorial for you guys, this warm neutral eyeshadow with a fun burgundy lip. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!